I thought last year when I retired that I was going to learn to play the organ and learn some new languages and play golf. Well, I think the good Lord had a different plan.
Dr. Carson retired from his job as the head of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins in 2013, vowing to spend more time with his family, learn to play the organ, and learn a few new languages. Little did he know it at the time, that new language would ultimately be the language of politics.
Mr. Vice President, Mrs. Obama, distinguished guests, which includes everybody, thank you so much for this wonderful honor to be at the stage again.
In 2013, he gained the distinction of becoming only the second person in history to be invited twice to speak at the National Prayer Breakfast, the other person being evangelist Billy Graham. In that speech, Dr. Carson laid out a framework for common sense leadership. He realized that our national debt and system of taxation are crippling the country, and that health care is such an important resource that it can't be entrusted to the government.
We spend a lot of money on health care, twice as much per capita as anybody else in the world, and yet not very efficient. What can we do?
The role of government in taxation and wealth transfers not only compounds inequality, according to Carson, but leads to waste, fraud, and abuse. So, instead of a centralized system in which the government manages health care, those dollars should be given directly to individuals.
Here's my solution. When the person is born, give them a birth certificate, an electronic medical record, and a health savings account, to which money can be contributed pre-tax from the time you're born to the time you die. When you die, you can pass it on to your family members so that when you're 85 years old and you got 6 diseases, you're not trying to spend up everything. You're happy to pass it on, and there's nobody talking about death panels.
Who can then determine how best to spend the money.
And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to learn very quickly how to be responsible. When Mr. Jones gets that diabetic foot ulcer, he's not going to the emergency room and blowing a big chunk of it. He's going to go to the clinic. He learns that very quickly. Gets the same treatment. In the emergency room, they send him out. In the clinic, they say, now let's get your diabetes under control so you're not back here in 3 weeks with another problem. That's how we begin to solve these kinds of problems.
Carson's common sense solutions generated a firestorm of controversy because President Obama and the First Lady were also on the prayer breakfast panel.